We are back. We are back for another episode of the Empty Netters podcast. We got the Columbus Blue Jackets, Florida Panthers game going on right now. We got the boys.
I'm pumped.
CP.
I'm super pumped.
Brian.
I'm here.
Brian, how's your weekend?
So good.
Really?
Actually, nothing special now.
Well, you know what? Sometimes that's nice.
Yeah.
But what did you think of first when you said so good and you thought about your weekend? You thought about one thing. What was the coolest thing that happened?
Coolest thing that happened. Where did I go? What did I even do this week? Oh, Brandon's family's in town. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
Good old
Hell
family
yeah.
time. Went to Catch in West Hollywood.
Hell yeah.
That was actually the best.
You ever been to Catch Steak?
I think that is the one with the anchor, right? Is it
No, that's Catch.
Okay, not even the steak, but the one with the anchor, they had steak and it was good.
It might have been Catch Steak.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
feel like Catch I don't think Catch has steak.
I think they probably does.
Well, it was advertised as a seafood place, but they had steak, so I had the steak.
Well, that's the thing. So there's Catch, and then there's Catch Steak. So it's the same ownership.
Yeah.
Catch is like the big seafood place. Catch Steak, you can also get some nice steak.
I got an 8-ounce fillet, so it might have been.
Of course you did, dude. That's so you.
That's so you, dude.
So us.
Yeah,
Oh
it is
my
us. We're big steak guys.
I just love meat.
CP, did you
Yeah.
have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend.
What'd you do?
One of my best buds got married in Austin, Texas. Dan and I went is it down? I was about to say down. Gus must be.
I don't know, actually.
I bet it's down.
Geographically, are you going very south from LA to Austin?
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit down. It's
Yeah.
it's tilted down for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was
it's a
yeah.
slight lean.
And it was warm. It was warm. Beautiful weather. Unbelievable crew. Beautiful venue.
Beautiful venue.
Man, we
Yeah, it's a
ripped it up.
slight lean.
Well, we ripped it up Saturday. Friday, we had some great welcome drinks, and then we got a pizza and went back to our spot.
Let me tell you what. That was the saltiest pizza I've ever had in my entire life. It was so funny, man. I feel like you usually go to a wedding and you're prepared for a really drunk night on the welcome drinks night. We got in Friday night. We went straight to welcome drinks. I immediately did a shot with the groom, and I was like, okay, here we go.
Here we go.
But then about an hour later and maybe one or two drinks later, everyone was like, all right, we're all heading to bed. We got a big day tomorrow. So I was like, oh, okay, great. I didn't even get drunk tonight. This is fantastic. So CP and I and our buddy Nez go to the hotel, pop on some Edge of Tomorrow and order pizza because we haven't eaten all day long. And I go to bed. I tuck my little sweet head into bed. And I go, I'm not even drunk. I've had 3 drinks. I've eaten nothing today, so I had a few slices of pizza. I didn't even house the pizza. I just had a few slices. I was like, this is great. I'm going to wake up feeling fresh as a head of lettuce. I woke up at 6 a.m. with the worst heartburn and driest mouth I've ever had in my entire life. And then I sat there in bed in my hotel room and watched the entirety of The Legend of Bagger Vance while I dealt with the crippling heartburn that I had from said pizza. It was maybe one of the worst nights sleep of my entire life.
Where was the pizza from?
I don't want to
Marcos.
sewer this place.
Oh, shit.
Chris just did.
It was good. I thought it was delicious pizza.
Should I bleep that?
No, put it in. It's Marco's Pizza in downtown Austin. I thought it was delicious.
It was good pizza. It tasted good in the moment.
And here's the thing. I did house it.
It did
and
me
I
dirty.
also had a tough sleep. I think it was part of a little bit of jet lag, a lot of factors. But I, at one point, I woke up because I was having a hard time sleeping too. And I just looked over because we're in a hotel room. And I look over to see if Dan's asleep. And he's so wide awake, he's just sitting on his phone scrolling. It's like 5:30 in the morning.
I wasn't even laying down.
I was like, dude,
Sitting
what
up.
are you doing? Tough bid.
It's absolutely horrible.
But hell of a weekend. Hell of a time with the boys.
Yeah, wonderful wedding. I love Austin so much.
Yeah.
I can't even get into it because I'll talk too long about it. But if you know me, you know I love it there. And goddamn, was that wedding fun. You split your pants.
Oh, dude.
I split my shirt, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That's fucking crazy.
Agreed.
I would say
Agreed.
me and my buddy Marty, we go to a lot of weddings together. So CP is usually there as well.
Yeah. But I don't do what you guys do.
I would say just about every wedding, myself or Marty are good for splitting our pants. Right down the crack.
Really? Like,
Yeah,
every time.
what are the odds on that?
Between the two of us,
Yeah.
like
You're
getting-
giving money, dude. Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
yeah,
is- they are automatic pants.
Yeah, one of the two of us is automatic, and every now and then they get both of us. Here's the deal, dude. We command the dance floor, and I'm not going to let something like a pair of suit pants prevent my range of motion. So I'm going for it. I'm doing splits. I'm doing jumps. I'm doing lifts. And if the pants split, The pants split.
Yeah.
You undo the tie and let it hang.
Yep.
Oh,
course.
yeah. I also lose a button about every hour.
Button every hour, get the tie in the head. I had a bow tie in my head on Saturday.
It's a given, yeah.
But here's the deal. I split my shirt on the bicep. Not even on a seam. It just ripped open.
Holy fuck, this guy.
Dude, and I'll tell you what, Brian, it was a nice look.
Like nothing made you feel cooler in your life.
Yeah. People were like, did your dress shirt, nice dress shirt, by the way, just split open at the bicep, not even on a seam? And I was like, yeah, what can I say? Lifted someone up, and then my Hulk muscles just tore through the fabric.
Me, on the other hand, just ripped my pants right in the ass. It was down the pocket. That's what happened, but just fucked.
Yeah, you had a launching point at least.
I think so. I didn't just like bust donk out of them. You know?
Didn't. All right, here's a question. Would you say you're a clean person overall? Not. I'm talking about you yourself, your personal hygiene.
Oh.
Scale of 1 to 10, decimals included.
7.4.
Okay. I think that's pretty good.
Especially in the scale of the world. I might even be higher.
Well, we're gonna say the scale of our circle of people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm probably I'm upper nines, dude.
You are?
Yeah, you're clean.
Yeah, I'm
Damn,
an
dude.
organized person.
No, I'm not
he means, like,
talking. I'm
hygiene.
talking hygiene. Your personal hygiene.
Yeah, probably even more than. I don't know. I take good care of my body.
You floss every night?
I don't. So I guess maybe that drops me a couple
So
points.
you can't be higher than a 5 then, so.
Jesus.
Psych.
Putting a lot of stock in flossing. I asked, and I don't necessarily think this has to do with cleanliness, but I washed my hair today, and I don't wash my hair that often.
Same.
I think it's not good. I think you got to let the natural oils get in there, let that volume get up.
I agree.
So that was my next question. How often would you say you guys wash your hair?
Do you mean like with shampoo or
With
With shampoo and conditioner.
So with shampoo, I definitely hold off like every 3 or so days because it like dries out my hair. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it's trash, dude.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. Like I'm wearing a hat today because I shampooed this morning.
Dude, I shampooed
Sick Howie's
this
hat, by
morning
the
as
way.
well, and I had to bring in PEDs to get my hair to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah. How often do you shampoo?
I would say it used to be once every 2 weeks or so, but I've widened that gap. I'm doing like once 3.5, 4 now,
Holy shit.
which might be too much.
I'm like once every 2 weeks.
Wow. I feel like I need it. It's like a reset almost. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But I'll throw conditioner in there in between.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Got to get something clean.
I've been using leave-in conditioner now, like
Whoa.
spray in the hand and like
What the fuck?
yeah, hair's
Like,
a little
when your
hair's a little
hair's-
damp.
Oh, when it's damp. Okay.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
All right, something to think about.
get some nice curls. Yeah,
All right, you want to get
Girls
some
for the
hockey
girls,
talk?
dude. Yeah, you want to hot ice it? You want a Howie's hockey tape hot
I
ice?
do. I sure do. It's been a wild week. We've got a lot to talk about per usual. And then after this week, guys, we got some action coming your way. We've got a lot of guests coming on in the next few weeks, but we wanted one more week of just chopping up the game.
That's a cool stat. You see that?
No, what am I looking at?
Keith Kachuk, Maddie Kachuk, 8th father-son duo with 500-plus points in NHL history.
Wow.
Keith did it in 519 games. Maddie did it in 520 games.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Keith's going to have one on him. Old Walt's going to have one on him at the Thanksgiving
You know
table,
what's
though.
cool is Big Walt's going to get that stat again with Brady.
Yeah.
Like that's that. What was it? What was it? Just the
Eighth all
So he's
time.
going to get the 9th too.
Yes.
Like that's fun. It's
That
fun
is
Big
fun.
Walt's
That
gonna
is fun.
twice.
How many points does Brady have right now?
I bet it's something in the high 300s. I would say
Let's see.
maybe not high, maybe mid 300s.
This is going to be fun. Mid threes. That's what you have?
Mid to high 300s.
He only has 369 games played.
Oh, okay. Let me go. 369 games played. I'm going to say he's about. Yeah, I thought he had more games. 369 games played. I'm going to say Brady has 280 to 300 points.
286.
There you go.
Great job. Puck knower.
Well, I had to get a little bit of information. But
Yeah, a little help.
Then I got in there.
Yep.
Okay. Let's get into some Howie's hockey tape. Hot Ice. Howie's giving you the best in all of your hockey essentials and then also taking it over the top with some of the coolest apparel in the game. We're wearing it all the time. CP's got a shirt on.
Brian's got a hat on.
I do have a hat on.
He sure does. Right off the bat, quack, quack, quack.
I did want to talk about this first. The
Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
the mighty.
And I'm calling them the Mighty
Ducks.
They've been wearing the purple sweaters. They're looking unreal. They're playing better.
They're the
Let's talk-
Kingslayers, dude.
Let's talk about the Ducks for a second.
We've been doing a Thrones reboot at the house, Bry, and I don't even know how it started. It was just a lazy day. It got put on. Now here we are, season 3.
It's me. It's
And
the best show of all
the
time.
Kingslayers of Anaheim knocked off the last 2 undefeated teams, the Boston Bruins, and
Well, that's not necessarily true. We're gonna say they gave Boston their first loss, but not regulation loss.
oh yeah, fair.
Because we got to give credit to my Red Wings. Red Wings took care of the first regulation loss for Bruins.
Yep,
But first loss, technical.
was the Beast.
Yes, but not Vegas, because Vegas lost in OT before Anaheim as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Last first loss for the Beast, first regulation loss.
But of the 2 losses you
Knights.
can get, one of the
got a goal.
first for both. Oh, we got a goal. There we go. One of the first you can get was given by the Ducks to Vegas and to Boston. Insane.
Absolutely insane. We're gonna get into them in a little bit. Spoiler alert, but they're on a heater, which is great to see.
They sure are.
The boys are going good.
Well, some of the boys.
Mason McTavish, who I really feel like was obviously an elite prospect, but was totally overshadowed in his journey into the NHL during World Juniors and everything, to the point that I was kind of like, oh yeah, they have McTavish. That's sick. And now he's got 6 goals, 7 apples, 13 points in 11 games. Looks like a future star in the league.
Yeah, and he's doing it in a commanding way, too. He's scoring big goals.
Yep.
He scored the OT winner against Boston.
Stromer is looking great.
Yep.
He's got 1 million assists. Vetrano, you brought this up last week, who is my guy,
Yep.
is looking great because he's snipe show,
Dude.
dude. One of the best shots in the league.
Frank has an NHL shot.
Oh my God,
It's
dude. It's
unbelievable.
crazy.
And you know what? When he wound up in Anaheim, we kind of said and thought Anaheim is a big step down from New York, obviously.
Yep.
But we were like, that could be an opportunity, though.
And
like, that
get
could
on the
be-
PP.
That could
Yeah.
be a place where he gets on the PP more, he gets on top 2 lines more, and all of a sudden he starts pumping in points, and that's exactly what he's doing. So
He looking great, a lot of goals. Troy Terry, nasty. I think he's got 5 and 5, I think. Trevor Zegras,
yeah, let's talk about Trev.
1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 11 games.
And I'm going to put my hand up here. We released multiple clips where we've been like, everyone's saying it's too high of a contract. That's exactly what he does. We were like, shut up, dude. Zegras is amazing. He's had 65 points or more in both of his NHL seasons. And I was like, you guys are nuts. When the slow start began, let's call it 5 to 6 games in, I was like, this is because he missed all of preseason because the Ducks mishandled the situation, which they did.
And I agreed with
Yes.
that take.
We are now 11 games in. Trev has 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points in 11 games. I am out of excuses.
Oh, okay. I think I have 1 more week.
Listen. I by no means am I selling Zegras stock. Absolutely
Hell
not.
no.
I still think that contract is absurdly low for him. And I know. Listen, dude, you don't play your first 2 seasons in the NHL and get plus 65 points as a fluke. You know,
I agree.
It's like
Confirm.
that's ridiculous. But
go
I
ahead.
do think this slow start is bad for this season.
Here's my one concern. And I know you're going to love this because you're big about this shit. Stat CP's back.
Hold on, I'm about to fact check myself because I think I just misspoke, and I'm going to take a -1 on the day so far. If that's
Okay. What do you think you misspoke on?
I think I said he has 65 points.
I think
or
it
more
was
in both
si-
seasons.
I think
He
it
had
was-
61.
Yeah,
He had
okay.
61.
So, yeah.
So
-1 for you.
-1 for me on the day. But
Speaking of
60
dash.
plus points in
Yep.
both seasons.
Speaking of
and
dash.
credit to me for being the one to call it out.
Yeah, right.
But that's
So-
a -1.
The Ducks are a +5 goal diff this year. Everyone on the team is 0, even, plus, minus, or better in the positives. Everyone on the roster that's got games, except for 3 players.
Trevor.
And one of them is a team worst -2, Trevor Zegras. And I'm only bringing that up because it's not like he is on the third line and he's got a slow start and we're kind of busting his ass here. He's playing with I think Terry and Leo. What's the line there? Or McTavish and Leo? I think he plays with McTavish and Leo.
Well, Leo's been in and out of the lineup, so I know that they've all been juggled around.
Look up their lines right now.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this was his big thing last year. Like everyone, a lot of the old hat hockey fans who want to shit on Trevor Zegras because he's too flashy, they say that his defense needs so much work, and all he is an offensive flashy. And first of all, everyone who says that, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Does his defensive side of the game need work? Yes, especially as a center. But when you say all he does is score trick shot goals, how fucking stupid are you?
Wrong.
Like, it's just, do the simple math, guys. Like, we've seen him score, first of all, the one to Sonny wasn't even a trick shot that he scored.
Oh, yeah.
That's an assist.
Trick pass.
Yeah, sure, but it's not his goal.
Yep.
And all we've seen is 2 Michigans that he's done, which, by the way, is fucking sick. And it's a goal in the National. So, shut the fuck up. He does need to work on his defensive side of the game, and that was a big thing of last year. We said last year once during a stream, we were like, when Zegras is on the ice, a goal is getting scored.
Yeah.
It's either for the Ducks or the other team. That does need to change. Absolutely. If you want to be an elite player in this league, which I think he does and I think he can be, that needs to change. -2 isn't that bad.
No, not at all.
I'm the biggest plus-minus guy in the world, as you said. So I'm not freaking out a little bit, but dude, you don't want to be on that side of it, right?
Because I saw like Terry, I think is like a +5, and again these are pretty
but that's
tiny deltas, but it's like your line mates are.
It's the difference between a win and a loss, right?
Dude.
Like come on.
So I would like to see that pick up. You put it perfectly. I'm not selling any stock, but I do need a little something soon.
100%.
Need a little something soon. And you know what sucks, Dan, is he feels it more than anybody, right? Like, it's easy for us to sit here and be like, dude, pick it up, Trev. And he's like, no shit, dude.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm happy right now? So
we can confirm no one is more frustrated with this than Trevor. And this is one of those interesting situations where the Ducks are playing really well. There's good vibes in Anaheim right now. There's even better vibes amongst the team, like the guys that we've listed. A thing that I love is you look at Trevor, and I want Trevor Zegras haters to listen to this right now. You look at Trevor on the ice, on the bench, he's nothing but positivity. There's a bunch of clips from the game the other night, beating Vegas, where he is yucking it up with the boys. He's yapping positivity on the bench. He's talking out there on the ice. He's the first person to celebrate when they score a goal. And that right there is a great mentality when a player is struggling but the team is doing well.
Yeah.
He is actively putting the team first in a visible sense on the ice, and that's massive. This is going to be a huge test for Trevor Zegras when he is playing poorly for, realistically, in my opinion, for the first time in his career.
Yes.
We need to see how he responds and how he turns it around. There is nothing to say that he can't pick up next game and go, okay, I'm settling in, I'm changing this shit around right now, and he could finish the season with 70 points still.
Yeah, oh my God.
So
we got time, baby.
If you're selling stock on Trevor, I think you're making a huge mistake. For more than anything, I am very curious to see, and I'd go as far as to say eager to see how he responds and how he is going to go, all right, I've got to change this shit around and I've got to start playing my game.
Do the Patty Kane. Go watch highlights of yourself, bro.
Seriously.
Get the confidence back up. It's all good. And an interesting comment by you, Dan. First time in his career he's been playing not that great on a team that's actually kind of okay, right? Normally it's been like, well, he's getting his and the team sucks, not his fault. All of a sudden, it's like the team's good and you're not doing it. It kind of changes your mentality. Yeah.
And that's also a first for him, right?
Oh, snipe job. And a spearing of Bob.
Fucking
Blue Jackets
Captain
think
Boone,
it's a damn fight, dude. Dan, I want to talk about the rookie defenseman on the Ducks. I can't even say his name. The Russian kid.
I think it's Pavel Mintyukov.
Mintyukov.
It's like you put a mint in your coffee.
Okay.
Pavel Mintyukov.
Mintyukov's got 8 points. He's got a goal and 7 assists in 11 games. It looks great.
Amazing. I love seeing a D-man snapping it around like that. And also, there's nothing better than when first of all, there's nothing better when you get a surprise rookie.
Yeah.
Look no further than Boston with Matty P. But when you also have a draft pick like Leo Carlson, that you're like, oh God, need him to be good.
Yeah.
And then he is good. And then also you've got Minchikov.
Because he was 10th overall 2022, I think, Pavel, yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, he's good too.
Oh.
It's a sick feeling.
So that is amazing. I'm really excited to keep watching him play because he's been in the mixer.
Would you say the Ducks are flying?
The Ducks are flying, and they fly together.
It's unbelievable.
They actually fly together.
It's
quite
unbelievable. I can't wait to see if this. Do the Ducks go wire to wire and make the playoffs? Probably not. I don't think. But then again, dude, these are those situations where like you've got Gibber in net.
Yeah.
And
For now, till you trade
Gibber
him.
had requested a trade. But you would think Gibber requested a trade because they weren't playing well. Now all of a sudden they're playing well. Now all of a sudden they're in a playoff spot. And is he like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine here, actually. I live in, Orange County. I feel great.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Gibber stays.
Zegers gets hot.
Zegers wakes up.
Uh-oh.
You got Mintyukov on the blue line.
This guy's going to have 80 points from the blue
Killorn
line.
comes back into the lineup.
Uh-oh.
He's a proven Stanley Cup winning playoff performer.
Ducks are in the final.
All of a sudden, are the Ducks going to the Cup?
Whoa, dude. The Ducks are in the final.
Just saying.
Wow,
Things
what a
can get
season.
pretty crazy.
What a season
Things
for
get
Anaheim.
pretty crazy. All right, speaking of rookies.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you this. We're through 11 games of an 82.
Yeah.
Bedard has 5.
Yeah.
We've seen a reasonable sample size here now.
Yeah.
Of how his game can translate. 5 goals, 2 assists. I think we had made that call early in this year where I was like, he's going to have double the goals than he has assists. Like whatever his game's going to be as a rookie. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be goal heavy because A, that's his game, and B, he's out here ripping 20 shots a game.
But he's got 7 and 11, right?
No, he's got 5 goals, 2 apples, 7 assists. Oh, 7 in 11. Yeah. Sorry. What do you think? I'm not asking point total because I don't give a shit about his assists at all this year. He could finish the year with 2 assists. I don't give a fuck. How many goals? Do you want to reassess any goal predictions, or you're like, no, what we were saying before was pretty accurate?
No, I think we early had his over-under on the season at 69.5. Then we bumped it up to 79.5.
Points, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I think in my mind, I saw that as a 30 to 35 goal season. And I'm going to stick with that. I think his over-under goals is 32.5.
Okay.
And I think that's where he's going to live. The kid, he's fine in the back of the net, and we're seeing, his first of his season was against Boston, a little wraparound. Mm-hmm. He's had a couple squeakers here and there.
Yeah.
But, his goal over the weekend was that boom pop release.
That's what I'm saying.
And, his shot works in the NHL. So I think it's just going to get warmer and warmer. I think that team's going to go through some tough stretches here. The Blackhawks are not good.
No.
But he looks strong. He's getting even stronger, too. He's getting bumped off the puck a little bit less. I think that 32.5 goals is a good mark. I think he's going to get 30.
I was lowest on him goal-wise.
Yeah.
I was like, he might score 25, probably. I'm now, you're right. I'm like, he gets that off. He gets that shot off whenever he wants. I could see 40 now.
Really?
Yeah, I could see 40. My only fear, though, is the fatigue. It's just a long season. It's a long season. It's a long grind. If he gets hurt, and I'm only calling 40 if he plays 82, and it's a long season. And it's his first time adjusting to the physicality of this grueling stretch. Well, I think the reason I want him high is because I like how comfortable he's getting, more and more comfortable. You can see it happening right in front of your eyes. But he's also might be getting more tired.
While I respond, can you look up the Calder race for me, right? I just want to look up rookie points. Can you get those stats right now? I don't think I see him slowing down fatigue-wise. I think the kid, remember the preseason interview where he was out on the ice and someone asked him about it and he goes, I love playing hockey?
Yeah.
I think he is a pig in shit.
Yeah.
Truly, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Think he is like, you're telling me I get to play every other day for 82 games?
Like, that's sick. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think he's so happy. So I don't think about that. I think the Blackhawks might get some wear and tear here.
Yeah,
I think they might get a little beat down, run down here, and maybe it's harder for guys to find him getting open and things like that. So I'm happy with that. 35 is where I think he's going to live.
Okay.
We did this last week, so I don't want to do too much, but it has been a very fun rookie race
Yes.
so far. Like we said, through roughly 11 games here in the league, here are our leaders. We got Bobby Brink, dude, in Philly. What the hell?
Yeah.
Bobby Brink, 8 points, tied for first with Logan Cooley and Mitnyakov, like we talked about. Logs finally got his first tuck.
Huge.
Thanks to the Warthog. Shout out RA. But Brink's got 3 and 5. Logan's got 1 and 7. Mitnyakov has 1 and 7. Then right after that with 7 points is a lot. It's Connor Bedard, Marco Rossi, Matty Patra, Ridley Grieg, Luke Hughes, Luke Evangelista, and then our boy, your son, Adam Fantilli with 6 right below that. There's some surprises in here.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I think Mitnyakov, Brink, not Rossi. I think people were vibing on Rossi, but Matty Patra for sure. Ridley Grieg for sure. There are some really fun surprises in here.
Yeah.
And I think what's cool, especially, is I look at guys like Mitnyakov and I look at Brink, and it's cool to see some of these rookies doing well, and Cools, actually. It's definitely Cools. Those 3. Let's stick with those top 3. The 3 who are tied for 8. 3 rookies, 2 of which are a bit of a surprise, being in that leading points race for the rookies, and all 3 teams doing much better than expected.
Yes.
So that has been really fun.
And they're a huge part of it, obviously.
Yeah. I think the Yotes, people can't believe how exciting the Yotes are. Definitely the Ducks. And then Philly, for a little stretch there, was in first in the Metro, and they are still playing well.
Yeah.
It is crazy to see, and I mean that in the coolest way, these 3 rookies just really dominating and making their teams do better.
Sick.
I'm
pumped to watch it all year.
That's how you take jumps, and that's how franchises change too.
Yes. My God.
I mean, it's obvious, right? It's simple. It's a simple equation. You have the draft. You draft young players. You need them to perform well, and your team can turn around. But I just think, I mean, fucking A. Let's just stick with Anaheim as we close this conversation. There is nothing that works better in your favor than when a bunch of young guys start playing well.
Yeah.
And that's pretty sick.
That's what you want to fill the barn. That's what the Jets should do.
Yeah.
The Winnipeg Jets should just draft a bunch of young studs and have them all be nasty.
Stop charging.
Then everyone will go.
It's insane.
All right, I want to talk about the Habs because...
Have to, dude. We're talking about surprisingly good teams.
And we got some messages this week about people being like, yo, talk about the Habs. And I said, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
We should talk about the Habs.
Let's get into some Habs.
Now, here's the thing. They're currently 5th in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
5-4-2 with 12 points. Identical record with the Leafs.
Yeah.
Which no one would have guessed. Unfortunately, I'm super excited to talk about them right now. We should have talked about them last week, and we said we were going to. And then after the episode ended and we said that to each other, they kind of lost 3 straight, and we've jinxed them.
No. The messages because we didn't talk about
the messages. Hey, you jinxed them.
You all you Habs fans. Don't get
jinxed
cocky.
them.
You're going to jinx them. Let us talk. We'll get to it. So we're going to bring them
now
back.
we're here.
We're going to bring them back.
What I've enjoyed so far is Goal Caulfield is the man.
Yeah.
Remains the absolute beast that he left off.
Always knew he would be.
4-7-11. Sean Moynihan 6-4-10. Suzuki 3-6 for 9-11. Jake Allen has been.
I just want to quickly talk, dude. Sean Monahan is so good.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful situation where he just sits there and all of the attention is on guys like Cole and Suzuki and then even Doc.
Yeah.
And he's just like this, oh, I'm just going to be a point per game guy.
I'm sick.
Yeah. But those are just 3 big hitters for that team. And you're letting guys like Galley do his job. But then, Jake Allen. Get into Jake Allen.
Just been really solid so far, dude. 5 games, 3-1-1, 9.27 save percentage, 2.72 goals against. I don't know that they maybe expected this level of goalie play. I don't know if he can continue that level of goalie play, but that's a hell of a line through an early stretch here.
Yeah, it'll get you through the dark days when a unexpected Tendy plays really, really well and allows your stars to perform out on the ice and steal some wins.
Yeah.
So, huge for them.
I've been super excited. There's not a ton. It's weird. It's early enough that I kind of look at the team's stat breakdowns, and I was about to be like, well, after Cole and Suzuki and Monahan, there's not a ton of scoring. I think Gallagher's got 7 maybe, or maybe, like 7 points. I was about to be like, you don't have a ton of scoring. And I'm like, well, no one does really yet, So I think they'll need some consistent. They've got a tough stretch coming up. I wrote it down. Let's see. They got Tampa, Detroit, Boston, Vancouver coming up. So, we should have talked about them when they were 5-2-1. They drop a few, and then next time I talk about them, they could be 5-8. And I'm like, shit. But they've been feisty. I said that was going to happen in the preseason predictions, and I want to say, dude, I was trying to come up with something before we even recorded. I think we both maybe called that they would be 8th in the Atlantic.
Yes.
We
were both like, because the Atlantic is stacked.
Okay, so here's what I was going to
say.
They Marty's got them going, dude. They look as fun as I hoped they would look right now. They're a hard out, even for the top teams in the Atlantic. Right now, I think they probably are 8th still, or as in probably going to finish 8th still, unless the Senators just have a season from hell, which is possible. Not that chill of a start. They better figure it out reasonably quickly. But I still have them 8th. But I feel like they will win the award for 8th seed of the 4 8 seeds. They will be the best of the 4 8 seeds because they're kind of sick. And I wanted to create some, I want to track this and create some trophy for them. But then I was like, well, maybe you just don't want to be the best 8 seed. You want to just get Celebrini and stop being fucking stupid. But I think it's a testament to how they're playing, dude. Like, this is a cool team. I want to create a trophy for the best 8 seed and give away the fans something because it's going to be sick.
To your point, it's like when Kirby was on the show and talked about it, they don't want Celebrini. I mean, in theory, everyone would want Celebrini.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though? They don't want to win the lottery.
Right.
Because, yes, you might finish 8th in the Atlantic, but this team is too good to do that. And they think that. They're like, we're not going to just fucking tank, dude. And in order to get better, dude, you have to play better. So you can't just sit down and lay down, and they're not going to.
No,
so,
start showing these teams. Start showing these teams in the Atlantic. They're already doing this.
Yeah.
That your reckoning is coming soon. In a couple years, next year even, we are going to be a problem. So just become aware now.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
Let's. I don't think we were going to talk about this, but I think it's good to talk about. What do you think about Brady Tkachuk's comments about the fans?
Yeah,
because I have never been more. I talked about last week being bashful about saying that the Sens should change up their jerseys because I agree. And Bobby Ryan came to the defense of the jersey saying the blacks are as good as they get, and that is correct.
Yep.
And I said it last week, Sens fans, I love you. So this is from a place of love. You got to chill out. I am so on Brady Tkachuk's side with that. Brady basically, the team's in a rough stretch here, and he said that hearing the boos from the fans directed to the players is frustrating as hell. And he's absolutely right. I think Sens fans can smell how good this team can be and will be, but you can't let that desire and the bright lights of the future let you get down on the players, dude. Like, the Atlantic is still the Atlantic. And I think you're a little surprised, unless you're me, that Detroit is as good as they are so far, but it's a long season. We're only a seventh of the way through or so. You can't be booing the boys out there. I mean, they're 4-6? Like, that ain't that bad. It's not like they're the fucking Sharks out here. So chill out with the boos. And it's one of those things. Remember last season when the Devils had the Fire Lindy chants going on, and then next thing you know, they're the best team in the division, essentially? You don't want that, dude. You don't want to look like that fan base that fucking booed your guys, and then they pick it up, and you're like, yeah, we were right there with you the whole time. It's like, no, you weren't. You were booing, and your captain fucking called it out. So I'm on Brady's side. Fans, you are better. I know you're better. So tighten up, dude. Tighten up.
So I'm mostly with you here. I thought I was about to be against you, but here's what I have to say about it. First of all, fans have a huge impact on how you play. Maybe it may seem stupid. Maybe it seems obvious to some of you. It does not seem obvious to everybody. The atmosphere at a game gives you that extra jump.
Yep.
And it can go the other way, by the way. If the building's empty, if they're booing you, it sucks.
And it goes, just to jump in, it goes beyond that, too. It's what's on Twitter. It's what's in the newspaper. It's what's online. Players, coaches, personnel, they see this shit. So it has an effect.
Yes. So I wanted to establish that it matters. It's not just a nothing thing. You're not just booing in the crowd and they can't hear you. Right? No. It matters. Secondly, I am very passionately in agreement with athletes. It's kind of been a thing in the last few years of, I think maybe Witt even says it, but it's like, just because you paid for a ticket doesn't give you the right to say anything or do anything in court. You can't be throwing stuff on the field, on the rink. You can't be talking about inappropriate shit to players.
Dude, if you are a fan and you go to a hockey game or any game, but let's stick with hockey.
Yeah.
You throw anything on the ice that's not a hat or
Yeah.
an octopus or a bra,
Yeah.
you are a scumbag.
Correct.
Scumbag. So cut that shit out immediately.
So
if you're throwing beers on the ice, you're a plug.
Yeah. So it doesn't. What gives you the right?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
So, dude, if you buy a ticket, it does not give you the right to say whatever you want to these guys. Okay. However, I do believe that if you buy a ticket, I am allowed to boo poor play. That is your right as a fan to boo.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes when players on teams are like, man, we really weren't getting a jump from the fans. They were kind of booing us. And I'm like, well, did you suck? Because if you sucked, you can get booed.
Yeah.
That is their right. Now, I do think, Dan, because I thought
contradicting myself.
Well, I thought I was going to argue with you.
Right.
Because you're just booing. Yeah. So that's why I thought I was going to argue with you. What you said to kind of salvage it for me, though, was they are a little trigger happy with the booing right now.
Yes.
If the Senators were 1-9 and just getting dusted every week, I could see if they were visibly not trying, I could see the boos. They haven't warranted their play yet isn't up to the expectations of the season, but I don't feel as though has warranted a full stadium boo.
But the bigger thing for me is agree. The bigger thing, and I think the reason I have my take is what I said with how I'm saying their eyes are getting a little too big here.
Yeah.
If the Maple Leafs were 4-6, those fans, I'm like, boo them. Boo those men. Because they have no business being 4-6. And Sens fans, you're going to be upset to hear this. I think the Sens team is better than 4-6 right now. But it's not like I'm looking at that record and I'm going, oh my God,
they're
are you
fucked.
serious?
Yeah.
Don't forget, I picked the Sens to finish 7th.
Yeah, right.
For the same reasons and a little bit more so as the Canadiens. I'm like, the only reason they're 7th is because of how stacked this division is. They are a very good team, but they're just a little behind some of the others. That's it. And they might not finish 7th. They might finish much higher than that. And that's another thing that I'm saying is like, you guys are getting a little trigger happy, like you said, and the eyes are too big. You guys, you're getting real good, and the future is bright, but you ain't winning the Atlantic this year. And so calm down with booing as if you should be, 7-3.
And by the way, big time response opportunity, because you're right. Big time response opportunity here after your captain says what he says in both fields. Yeah. Hey, Senators, team, players, pick it up. Pick it up.
Yep.
Because you saw they don't appreciate the product you're putting out there right now, so pick it up. Also, fans, you heard what your captain said. Have their back. Show up next couple games, going nuts, and have their back.
Yep.
It's on both of you.
Yeah.
So you reserve the right to boo. It's a little early for that. Everybody be better.
This is Senators marriage counseling.
Yeah.
We have homework for both of you.
Yep.
And if you don't both show up to the plate and take care of your work, we're going to have further problems. We have a chance to turn things around here. Strengthen the relationship.
Be better. Okay. Oh, fuck, I didn't even want to talk about this one, but I got to.
Oh, God.
Our little golden boy, Jack Hughes.
Oh, my gosh. This is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Jack Hughes is hurt. He's week to week with an upper body injury. We saw it live. And Dan, well, first of all, everyone on the broadcast is like, oh, I think the defenseman, I forget which defenseman was right there in his pocket, but it was like his defenseman got his skate, or even the goalie. It was like the goalie paddle. And I'm like, oh, he just slipped.
Jack literally tripped on him.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like he was trying to do something incredibly acrobatic. So it wasn't like.
And he's knifing through 3 defenders.
Yeah, he's
trying to get
fucking
a shot
man.
on it. Yeah.
But he slipped, he tripped, whatever you want to call it, but he just went careening into the boards. Any of you that have ever played hockey knows that you can find yourself in a couple precarious situations when you are skating as fast as you can or nearly as fast as you can, because that ice is be slippery, dog.
Dude, in beer league last week, yes, I am comparing myself to Jack Hughes right now and referencing a beer league game. I was cutting to the net, and really good guy on the other team, like him a lot, total accident, went to stick lift me and just whiffed and hit me straight in the dick.
Yeah.
Just a
I remember this.
Cup check like you read about, and it's just that natural reaction, getting hit in the plums. My knees buckled, and I was just firing to the net, so I was going full speed, and I went careening into the boards, and I was like, I think I just tore my ACL because I got whacked in the peeper.
Dude, when I got on the ice, Dan was like doubled over, and we're kind of all just like milling around, and some guy on the other team looks at me and goes, what happened? And it's like me, our boy Rob, who's on our team, and like 3 other guys. We're all off to ourselves. And the guy goes, what happened? And I go, I think he took a stick to the dick. And then the guy nods, and I go like this. I haven't even told you this yet. I go, pretty small target. Got fucking killer laughs from the other team, dude.
It's a good joke. It's a clean joke.
Pretty small target.
It's a clean joke.
Oh,
Got
dude,
you with that one.
could not believe I would do
Roasted,
that to
and
you.
I didn't even know.
I
I,
would-
didn't even know it was over.
I would
the
do
fire.
that to you, dude. I can't believe I would do that to you, to the other team, for no reason,
Nah, you're
dude.
right.
A couple laughs.
You gotta do it. If I'm being honest, I made the same joke. After I got up, the guy skated up to me and he goes, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I don't do that type of shit." And I go, "It's okay, man. I can't believe you hit it."
Yeah, dude, that's nice. So, just like Dan did, Jack Hughes went careening into the boards, and live, dude, I was sitting with you live, and I said, he just broke his fucking collarbone.
Yeah, it looked scary. It was again, he was flying, he went down, and you have one of those, he's fine, and then, oh fuck, he's not fine, because it's not like the boarding situation,
Yeah.
right, where he goes down and it's as he's falling, his head hits or
Yeah.
something, which always look
Yeah, the fact that he
terrifying.
got to the side, I was like,
Yeah.
good, nothing
He
bad
hit
can
the
happen.
ice and started sliding by the goal line.
Yep.
But once you saw how fast he was going and the way he hit and the way he kind of turtled
Yep.
and seemed to be favoring that shoulder area, yeah, collarbone was I was like,
dude.
oh my God, if we just lost Jack Hughes to a broken
That's
collarbone,
like months,
I will
you know?
die. But thank goodness he is only week to week. This sparks a couple of things in my mind. One, it's like one of those things where you see one of your best players get fired up and they start scrapping. And while I love the energy, I'm like, if you break your fucking hand,
Dude.
I will literally kill you. And obviously, that's not what this is, but there are sometimes those plays with Jacko where he gets going so fast, and I want to be like, hey,
Yeah, be careful.
you're too valuable.
Yeah.
Don't be crazy. Don't
Oh
put yourself
my
in a bad
God.
situation. This might be a few years out, but what do you think about this? We implement something in the game of hockey where along the bottoms of the boards, we can press a button and bumpers, like in bowling, erupt out of the bottoms of the boards. So if there's ever a situation where a player is sliding into the ice, someone sitting there, much like the goal horn, just goes like this.
What's the guy behind the net? I couldn't love this more.
Yeah, the
Bumper,
goal
dude.
horn.
Boom. Yeah,
It goes
yeah.
like this,
Oh,
bumper.
yeah.
And then
Yep.
they go,
The goal light.
yeah, the goal light.
Yeah.
It's a horn, too. It's got to be the
Yeah,
same system.
I want him to have the light, horn, bumper,
And
like his guys.
We need an octopus back there. Yeah. The guy with the goal light, he's also got a bumper button.
Yep.
And something like that happens. Jack loses his feet and he goes,
Boom.
just to be sure.
I couldn't love this more. I would even install one around Jack himself. They should design heavy fanatics. Design a new
yeah.
jersey that just airbags pop out when
Jack
Jack
just
hits.
has-
As soon as
in-
Jack hits a certain speed.
Yeah. In his jersey, it's like one of those life rafts that goes around your neck on an airplane.
Yeah.
You just go like this.
Yeah. Pull here, Jack. So
No, it can't be on Jack.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
moving
Someone
too
else.
fast.
Someone else. It's got to be speed related. So I hope. I mean, I don't want to speculate at all. I'm guessing. Allow me to speculate. I'm guessing it's like a shoulder type of issue.
I think he's going to miss 3 to 4 games. We're going to be totally fine.
Yep.
I'm also really excited to see. There have been a couple of guys who've been quiet. Nico Hischier been a little bit quiet to start the year. I think you look at your captain, a guy who had an amazing season last year. He's been a little quiet. Jack's out. I think he goes, all right, I got us. Don't worry. I got eyes on Toff.
Yeah, of course.
Toff is, he's at a point per game because he's the fucking guy. But I think he's going to step it up. Brat, who's just been unreal. I mean, they've got it all. They're going to be fine. It's so good to see that so far this season, the league's best player goes down with an injury, and it doesn't look like it's that bad. But
Thank
that
God.
was a catch your breath moment for every Devils fan and every hockey fan around the league.
So as it happened, or as I was thinking about it and wanting to talk to you about it, I was like, okay, Jack has 20 points in 10 games, most points in the league. And if this had been a bad one, let's say this was a broken collarbone and it's like 8 weeks, I was going to say to you, Christ, dude, there goes the 100-point season that I knew we were going to get. And it feels like, don't want to jinx him, but it feels like the way he's playing, the only thing stopping him from a 100-point season is,
An injury.
yes, missing significant time. So then I was like, how many games do you think Jack needs to play this year to make sure he gets 100 points?
65.
Okay. So like as long as Jack suits up for 65 games, 100-point season is locked in.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just.
I think he's
going
gonna miss. I think he's gonna miss these 3 to 4, and then no others.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
I'm
fine.
going to say he needs. Wow, dude.
To me, I think this is a shoulder injury. I think it's an AC.
Oh, he's fine.
I think it's an AC joint thing, and they're giving him week to week, and I think he's going to miss 3 to 4 about a week or so, and they're going to do some rehab, do some stim on that to just make sure it's not even slightly compromised.
Correct.
Because that's the type of thing that nags, and they're going to go, we're going to just take care of this, miss a week, 3 to 4 games, you're right back in it.
65. I actually like that pick. I'm going to stay with you on that 65. That's a big season though.
It's not even going to be close to that. Though.
If he
he's going to play,
if he plays 70 something games,
he's going to play 79 games. He's
and get what 120.
125.
Okay, Jack breaks the 100-point mark at his game 65 this year.
Yeah,
Sick.
no doubt.
All right, get well soon, buddy. We love you.
We sure do.
I did want to say this too. This was just really cool. And Luke has been passed by the boys you just mentioned in the rookie thing.
Yeah.
But it was sick. There was a tweet out the other day that was like, Jack has the most points in the league. Quinn has the most points for defensemen in the league, which he still does. And Luke has the most points for rookies.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus
The
Christ.
Hughes brothers are absolutely putting their dick in the NHL.
It's their league,
Like,
dude.
it's unbelievable. The NHL. It's the National Hughes League.
National Hughes League.
It's truly.
That's sick.
It's the National Hughes League. They are the faces of the league. Quinn's going to get 100. Dude, we all freaked out because Carlson got 100 points first time as a defenseman in forever. Quinn's going to do it this year.
Right on his heels.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got to talk about BetMGM. As you know, we've teamed up with BetMGM all season long, and they're going to be giving you the best hockey picks in the game. If you were trying to get into some online gambling, BetMGM is the best app. It's the best platform. There's no questions about it. And we've got an unbelievable hookup for you. You're going to go and download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code NETTERS, NETTERS. You're going to deposit at least $10, and then you can make your first wager on any game, and you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets, even if your bet loses. So you just make that bet, at least $10. You can go higher than that. If you win, you get it. And if you lose, you'll get it all back. So get in the game, get in with BetMGM, sign up using promo code NETTERS, and we're going to have all the fun this season. You've been seeing us getting in with our picks, getting the overs, getting the unders, the money lines, and the puck lines. Netters are your go-to guys, and you're going to use that same code when you sign up with BetMGM. Let's get it. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 plus to wager. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., New York, or Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona. 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help in Michigan. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
All right, another pretty serious thing here. Freddy Anderson out indefinitely with some blood clotting.
Mm-hmm.
The Canes have already brought in Halak on a PTO.
They got Kachetkov too.
Yeah, and
and Ranta.
Obviously.
We'll see who comes up to weather the storm.
I would say that we in the past have been critical of Freddie, not in terms of he's a bad goalie, just like, oh, they could probably upgrade there. It's tough to rely on him the whole way through. And you had said, maybe this is his home, and like now he's just good enough.
I think we said that at the beginning of last year, and then I am prepared to say that he proved us wrong.
I think so too, yeah.
Obviously, they ran into a buzzsaw and lost in 5 games, but how many of those games went to OT, were a 1-goal game? Like, Freddie played well.
Yes. He hasn't played since November 2nd, but this year he was 4-1 with a 2.87 goals against. Yep. So he's been very strong for them. They're saying, every article I've read, this is all pretty new, is that he'll make a full recovery. What I don't know what they mean genuinely is like as a human
to play.
Yeah. Or like he's making a full recovery and he'll be back in a month. Obviously that is the priority. His health is all that matters. And I hope everything is fine and this is not an issue at all. If it is an issue, I do think that throws into question or throws into more stark relief the question we had about the Canes, which was their goaltending.
It's their entire season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't even want to get into that speculation because I don't want to put it in the universe because we're rooting for Freddie to make a full recovery as a person and a player, like you said. Anytime there's something like this with, blood stuff, heart stuff, head stuff, where it's not soft tissue. It's not
Yeah.
joint stuff. There's no pattern of rehab. It's terrifying. And yeah, you look at this and you just pray to God that it's a freak accident, the one that they can fix up, and he's fine. But yeah, to briefly touch on it, this is one of those things where, it's like, when Taves had that heart thing.
Yeah.
It's such a disaster. And obviously, the priority is the person. But when you look past that as the team and the organization, you're like, fuck me.
Dude.
Our starting goaltender, what do you do now?
And they were just kind of coming alive. They'd won 4 of their past 5. Like, we were dogging them about starting. It's like they were just coming back alive. And it's like, dude, you did not anticipate this by any means.
Yeah. No, so that one is we'll keep an eye on it for the Canes, but more importantly, well wishes to Freddy, because, you need to get him back in the net, but also just back feeling healthy.
Yep.
That's a crazy one.
Well, Mr. Transition, let's talk more about some goalies coming back. John Cooper is saying that Vassy might be back around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Tampa's 5-3-3, 40 goals for. I think it's 36 against. They've been, figuring out their tandem situation with Vassy out. We knew that Vassy would be back eventually.
Yeah, totally.
I would not rush this at all.
Okay, so
if I'm them, I look at the way you're playing. Your good players are playing well. You are 5-3-3 in a stacked Atlantic. You're doing just fine.
And they don't give a shit about. I mean, I know they lost last year, but they don't give a shit about the regular season.
They don't give, and also they don't give a shit about seeding.
Yep.
Like, just get in the playoffs.
Absolutely correct.
If you're 5-3-3 with what you're rolling with right now, I'm looking at Vassy and I'm going, until you are 100% certain, we are not bringing you back. And you do run you got a little game to play there, because we know Vassy's a sick man.
Yeah,
he has sick
thoughts, disgusting human.
So he is obviously going to be the type of guy who's like, get me the fuck back in there. But you just need to talk to your training staff and be like, until he's 100%, do not bring him back. So would it be sick to see one of, if not arguably the best goalie in the NHL, return to action by Thanksgiving? Of course, that'd be amazing. Hope it happens. But either way, if you're Tampa right now, I think you look at this situation, it was like Boston last year. Boston started the season without Marshy, without Grizz, without McAvoy, and you said just weather the storm, and then they were insane. Mm-hmm. You look at Tampa, you go, fuck, Vazzy's out. Let's see how we do. You're 5-3-3, you feel just fine. And that team specifically, you feel just fine.
My fear, I just said they don't care about seeding a regular season. They don't. My fear, if you're Tampa, once the Vassy news broke, was you're going to get in such a big hole till New Year's that you have to go tie game.
Ooh. Damn. This is a big win for either team.
Yes.
This Columbus-Florida game, Florida was up 3-0, now 3 unanswered goals by Columbus. They're back in it on the power play here, too.
Okay, anyway, if you're Tampa, you don't care about regular season or seeding. The fear was if you got in such a big hole till New Year's because your goalie was out, you had to treat the rest of the season in this like crazy playoff grind to get back into the hunt, that you exhaust yourself before playoffs even started, and that's what ends up costing you in the end. Now, early, but you're sitting, like you said, 5-3-3. Jonas Johansson, Dan, has been playing the majority of their games. He has played he was a third-round pick, 61st, 62nd overall, I can't remember, for Buffalo. Bounced around all over the place. He's played a handful of games in the league per season since 2014.
Was on the Avs last year?
Yeah. 3 games here, 10 games there, whatever. Nothing, dude. Does not play. And the Lightning, missing the best goalie in the league, are like, hey, dude, here you go. And I'm like, that is not an appropriate job for him. How does he respond? 9 games, he's 5-1, a 916 save percentage. Like, he has been, I don't think you are going to get the delta between goalie play that you're going to get when Vassy's back isn't that big that you need to rush him at all. You're like this guy is buzzing right now.
Yeah.
Two shutouts, 287 goals against. He's leading the league in shots faced and saves. Literally, no one has more saves than him.
Dude, it's funny because I was going to say, how much of that do you think is playing with guys like Hedman and and Sergachev in front of you?
Yeah.
But it hasn't been that. It's been like he's getting peppered with shots, and he's still just standing on his head.
He's played the most games because teams are splitting more, and he's played 9 games. But the fact that they can take this kid who's never played, and they're like this, hey, you're going to play every game. Give me a 917 save percentage, and he's like this, no problem.
Yeah, he started 9 of the 11.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
It's ridiculous, dude. So that has been. If you want to count your blessings as the Lightning, when you got that devastating Vassy news, look no further, dude.
Yeah.
That is a ridiculous turn of events, and they can take a sweet time.
Yeah,
assuming this holds.
Absolutely crazy. Let's bounce to something relevant, given the fact that we're watching the Jackets right now. What in the world is going on with Johnny Hockey?
Dude, so let me read you this quote that I pulled.
Just to give some clarity before you get into the details here. Johnny Hockey is currently 1 goal, 4 assists for 5 games in 11 games, for 5 points in 11 games. And he got benched in the 3rd period of their last game.
Yeah. So PV, new first-time coach, looks at Johnny Hockey, their big-ticket guy, and benches him for the final 16 minutes and 7 seconds of the game after having no shots on goal in 11 minutes of ice time in that game. None. He's playing tonight, obviously. His year in Calgary, he went nuclear, obviously. 82 games, 40 goals, 75 assists, 117 points.
And he's been amazing since he came into the league.
His first year in Columbus, 80 games, 21 goals, 53 assists, 74 points. How do you rate that season before I say anything else?
Dude, it's a very good year. It's a drop-off, but I do laugh at the amount of people who are like, yeah, Johnny Hockey signed to Columbus and then absolutely sucked.
Yep.
And he was just shy of point per game on a very underperforming team.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a great year. It's a low year, quote unquote, for him.
Yeah.
But it's not like he completely shit the bed.
And he only scored 21, and that's on him. But if he had scored just the goals, I'm talking, a little bit closer to his rate, 28, I'd like 30, but we'll call it 30 for round numbers. 30, 53, 83, and no one gives a shit, right? So the goals dropped a little bit, but I didn't think it was that bad of a season.
No.
This start has been bad.
Yes.
I have a couple questions for you. I guess my first question is, do you bench a Johnny Hockey?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. It's one of those insane things where we talked earlier about Zieg starting out slow. Patrick Kane watches his own highlights and gets back on the horse. Johnny Hockey, all he needs is like one. All he needs is one good game, and then he'll get cooking again. I think I chalk some of it up to the Babs stuff, the beginning of the season stuff. I think PV is a great coach and has definitely changed the vibe around here, and I think this team is kind of hovering where they should be. It's like they're right in the middle, right?
Yep.
They're going to be around 500. But Johnny, you can't perform this way. And no one knows that more than him.
Yep.
So I have no negative words towards him. I have no kick in the pants. It's just, to me, a figure out what's going on. It's also one of those things, dude. It's the Roy Kent speech of like, we don't know what anyone is dealing with at any given time. So let's say everything with Johnny is fine in his life. He's just in a little bit of a rough patch, rough pumpkins.
Yeah, rough pumpkins.
I'm like, he's fine, dude. Like, just if you need to in game, sit him down. Oh, fine. But I still think I'm like, I don't really do that. I wouldn't.
Okay, because that's what I was asking.
Okay, well, that's totally acceptable, dude. Like, because you don't know, dude. Like, if you're a coach on that bench and you're watching this and you've got people analyzing his play and he's fucking sucking dick, then I'm like, yeah, sit him down. But you don't like bench. I don't health bomb him.
Yes, of course not. Sorry, yeah, that's not what I meant.
No, yeah. Oh, then sorry. Like, change my answer if you're asking, can you sit a guy down for a period? Fuck yeah, you can, dude.
Because I don't know
you have any idea how many times I would sit your bitch ass down in beer league if I could?
Oh my God, dude, we'd be winless, Brian. We'd literally have lost every game. I don't know that, and every player is different, by the way. Some players like the hard coaching. Some players kind of need to be coddled, and that's okay, by the way, if that's not getting in the way of the team dynamic or all that shit. But My point is, Johnny Hockey, to me, has been a good enough player in this league. Let me give you a ridiculous example just to prove my point, and I know this is ridiculous. But like, let's say Sid was having a bad 2 periods. You wouldn't be like this, Sid, you're sitting the rest of the third. Because you just pull him aside and go, hey, buddy, you've had 11 minutes of ice time and you haven't shot once.
Yep.
Fucking wake up. And he'll go like this, okay. And it just, to me, feels like, Johnny's not Sid, obviously, but it feels like he's had enough success in this league that it would be pretty easy to pull him aside either at the intermission or even after his first shift of the third. Grab him by the fucking cuff and go like this, yo, dude, show me something.
Yeah, but maybe they did that.
Okay, fair point. Maybe they said it.
That's
yeah.
my point. And I'm glad that you said, obviously, he's not Sid. My thing is, like, Johnny's a vet, dude. Johnny's a vet. I think he's a very cool-headed, collected guy, and he is not above getting sat down. I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to go into the locker room and fucking throw his shit and be a little baby about it. And frankly, I don't think anyone is above that. If you're playing like ass and it's costing your team, if you're getting scored on when you're out on the ice, you should be able to be sat the fuck down, and that includes Crosby. Now, I don't think that ever would happen with Crosby. I think he is one of probably 4 or 5 guys in the league that I'm like, you just probably don't do that to him. But like Johnny, I think is like, dude, if you're just having a brutal day out there, whatever.
Okay, and also, Dan, I don't think you were either. I wasn't watching that game because what you just described, sure. If you're out there, you're a -4, you're just making a million mistakes. I'm like, yo, sit down, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Or if you're just laying an egg, dude. Like if something's wrong and just like not moving around on the ice.
That's where I kind of disagree. If it's just an egg, I'm like, I don't sit him down.
No. I mean, in your output. If you're busting your ass, but you are laying an egg, whatever. But if you're like laying an egg, and by that I mean, if
he hadn't shot. It sounds like he was. He hadn't even shot the puck yet.
If you haven't shot the puck, if you're gliding around out there, you're not picking up your man on the back check, you're not busting your ass in the neutral zone, then I am like, yes, sit him the fuck down.
Ovi might be one of your 4. I'm not going to make you name them or whatever.
Not anymore.
But like, you know what I mean? He went 2 games without a shot, and no one was like this, Ovi, sit down for a period. Because they're like this, it's okay. Like,
yes, because again, he might have just been busting. It's effort, dude.
Yeah.
Effort for me. And I would never accuse Johnny of not having effort out there. But again, maybe something was up. Maybe his head wasn't in it, and he was just spacing out.
Any Blue Jackets fan that was watching that game, hit us up, please, because I'd love to know. Because I don't know that, and I'm not critiquing Johnny at all, because you're right, he is a vet. I'm not saying like this bothers him anyway. He said he's going to move forward. Vincent said they're going to move forward. All good. But I just was kind of shocked to see that. Obviously, the start's been killer, but I feel like you got to be in his corner here and be like, yo, dude, you're our guy. I believe in you. It could break at any moment. Like you said, one shitty one goes in.
But again, I'm just playing the other side. I think this is possibly being in his corner.
Yeah.
If you are Johnny Hockey, if you sign the ticket you do, if you are a 100-point guy in your prime, and you have by your standards,
bad 2 periods,
lower season last year, and then you start this season very poorly, which he has.
Yes.
1 goal and 4 assists through 11 games is very bad for Johnny Hockey. And I think if you go into this game when you're having a bad year, coming off of a not your best year, and then you are having a bad game, there is nothing wrong with getting sat down for a period. Because that, as far as PV is concerned, and the way he's been coaching him, might be like, I've been too soft on this guy. Maybe I need to fucking give him a kick in the balls here. So who knows? Either way, I love Johnny's response, and I'm excited to see what happens.
I wanted him to get 3 tonight so bad.
Yeah, but here's the question, dude. If you finish this year, flash forward, and Johnny has like 65 points, what do you do if you're Columbus?
Oh, man. I don't know. What's his contract? He signed how long? 8, probably?
8.
Yeah. You are worried. Unfortunately, you do nothing because you believe in the investment and you think he'll be okay, which I still would. I'm pretty sure I still would.
Are you sure you do nothing?
No, but I just think I would. How old is he? Was he 29?
No. I think he's 30. But Johnny Gaudreau is 30 years old.
Yeah.
He's making $9.75 million until 2028, 29.
Yeah. It's not a horrible number, honestly, assuming the cap's going to still go up a little bit. Guys are getting paid way more. It's not a horrible number. And I think I would choose to believe.
This is his second year into an 8-year deal.
Yeah. I think I would choose to believe that I'm like, he's 30. He can be good again.
Yeah.
Because I think if you tried to move him, you'd be selling low, which is ridiculous. Yeah. And it's been overreaction.
But maybe, though, if you at the deadline, they would never do this.
Yeah.
But if you at the deadline move him, you're getting a lot for it.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think that you can move it.
Same.
Because he's got plenty of no move clauses in there. And then there's also the fact of the matter that it's a damn near $10 million cap hit. Like, what contending team can take 6 more years of $10 million? So
let's see how he responds, dude. Got sat down.
But he's got to respond, and I think he will. He always has.
Yep. I have just a couple really quick hitters left if you want them.
Yeah.
One, we talked about Adam Johnson last week and the tragedy that was, but this I just thought was so awesome. He played for the Nottingham Panthers. That's who he's playing for. And Dan will know, but we're soccer guys. And for a story for another pod, I've always loved Nottingham Forest. And they got up to the Prem a couple years ago, and it's been so fun watching them play. And they, in the 47th minute, put up a huge banner of his because he wore 47, and they're in Nottingham, and the Panthers were in Nottingham.
Yeah.
And
stopped the game, too.
Yeah,
really
and
cool.
I just couldn't have loved Nottingham Forest more in that moment for doing that for Adam and his family. So that was sick.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, but obviously in the face of tragedy, it's been lovely to see the outpouring of affection and support. And you've loved to see the AHL and other minor leagues stepping up their mandates for neck guards. It was great to see guys like TJ Oshie wearing his War Road branded neck guard.
A lot of guys out there.
And it's just good. It's good to start the dialogue of players being more open to wearing neck guards at all times. And that was just a sick moment from Nottingham. Love to see that.
Also, Big Z.
Another marathon.
Another marathon under his belt.
Is it the least surprising thing in the world to see Big Z just becoming a marathon guy?
Dude, no. And what worries me, though, is... So he did Boston in 3:38. Great, unbelievable time.
That's I need people to know how insane that is.
And then he did New York in 3:19.
Yeah. New York easier than Boston.
Yep. What worries me about Z is he's got that big frame, and I know he's still a workout freak, but fact of the matter is he's not working out as hard as he was when he was playing. I'm just sure of it. I'm sure he's working out hard, but he's not on the grind. And now he's distance running, and I just feel like he's going to wither away, dude. He has putting enough calories into that frame.
Oh,
dude.
interesting.
He looked the way he was out there on the road. I was like, oh my God, Z.
There's a couple of photos. He looks yoked still. Like his arms are jacked and he looks lean as hell. I am worried about Z because that's a lot of man.
Dude,
I'm worried about his knees and his hips. My true big worry about Z is this. There was that article a little while ago about Ichiro Suzuki.
Yeah.
And that man just lives and breathes baseball. And someone asked what he would do when he retires, and he was like, probably die. I'll probably just die. I look at Z, and I'm like, dude, this man knows nothing but training.
Yeah.
And I want him to know he can chill, dude.
Chill
he can
out.
get fat. Actually, don't get fat.
Don't get fat.
I'm not
dude.
into that. But he can, relax.
Yeah,
have a day off.
He could chill out.
You don't need to have that long and intense of an NHL career and then go straight into the Boston Marathon and New York Marathon.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that.
Has he tried golf? Or vids or VGs? Like he should
I like him getting out. I like golf. Stay outside. Play some pickleball, my man. You'd be unbelievable in the kitchen.
Imagine Z right outside the kitchen.
He would literally, his wingspan would get from side to side of that court.
Dude, nobody tell him about this. Nobody tell him
He could be a professional pickleballer.
He could be a professional pickleballer tomorrow. And I don't know that I want that for him, so I hope he doesn't hear this. I hope he tries golf. I hope he tries longest drive competitions. I'll get a huge golf driver in his hands. I think he could hit one 500 yards.
Yeah. Put a stiff shaft in that guy's hands.
Yeah.
He's going to pipe a ball 400.
Wow, dude. There's not a lot of options. Save the knees, buddy. Save the knees, Z.
You don't need to do it. All right, let's get into the 3 hottest teams.
Amazing.
I'm going to start again.
Okay.
Because I'm really excited about the 3 spot.
To do it.
Our 3rd hottest team of the week is our very own Los Angeles Kings. The team is officially scorching. They're 3 for their last 3, beating the Leafs 4-1, Sens 3-2, and blanking the Flyers 5-0. After a few tough starts, a little bit of a shaky goalie play situation going on, Cam Talbot, dude, has emerged and kind of stolen the starting spot from Dennis Copley here, and he has played phenomenally and has been really the centerpiece of the Kings going on this run here. But the boys are buzzing. The big dogs are playing unbelievable. Drew Doughty is playing unbelievable. playing some of the best.
Dude, he's
hockey.
playing like 30 minutes a game.
He's eating ice, and he is playing some of the best hockey he's played in years, putting people on notice. Kopi is hot.
Yeah.
Kempe, I believe, is leading the team in points.
Dude, he is. Go ahead.
And then here's one that I really want to shout out. The guy that I talked a lot about in our Pacific breakdown, the guy that I said was going to take a big, big step this year, Quentin Byfield, is having a phenomenal start to this season and is silencing a lot of the people who were starting to whisper bust around his name.
Yep.
He is playing on this top line. He's playing on the wing, settling into this new role. He is still such a big vision guy and pass first guy, and it's just clicking amazingly with that top line. Gotta love it.
The Kempe, I think, maybe does have. Do you know how many tucks he has? 4, or is it 6?
I think it's.
I swear it's 4. But my point was going to be
5.
He and Fiala haven't even been scoring goals that much. I think they're 1-2 in points.
They're
on the
spreading
team.
the wealth big time.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. They're getting it from all over, so they look really scary, especially when those guys start getting theirs.
And let's talk about our guy.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
The second hottest team, the Vancouver Canucks. Also 3-0. They beat the Preds 5-2. They beat the Breaks off the Sharks 10-1, which started the Sharks just nightmare a couple nights in a row there. And they beat the Stars 2-0 in a very good win. The Canucks are 8-2-1 in their first 11. And there is a legitimate chance, Dan, a legitimate chance that they are not only getting hot, but also that they are no longer only good on paper.
There's a chance.
There is a legitimate chance.
Yeah, there certainly is. Okay, and then the number one team of the week, like we talked about, quack, quack, quack,
Mr. Ducksworth.
the Mighty Ducks. The Kingslayers, as we called them, beat the Blue Jackets 3-2, the Bruins 4-3, the Flyers 7-4, the Penguins 4-3, the Yotes 4-3, and the Knights 4-2. 6 straight wins. They're 7-4, currently sitting comfortably in 4th place in the Pacific. Can you believe it?
Absolutely not.
Who saw this one coming?
Only Troy Terry, I think. I bet he knew.
Yeah, I could see that.
Me too.
I could see Troy being like, yeah, we were going to do it the whole time.
Yep. All right, hit me with some Toff Watch, Dan.
Well, I wanted to talk about you. I think you thought I meant our guy when I said let's talk about our guy, and you thought I meant Toff.
Oh no, I meant some guy's going to come up in the FPG segment.
Okay, fine. I can wait for then. Toff Watch, my boy. In 11 games, he has 7 goals and 4 assists for 11 points. He's sitting at exactly a point per game, so we are cruising. We're getting exactly what we need from him. He's pointless in his last 2, which means he's going to wake up. Like I said, Jack is out, so look for Toff to pick up some of that slack.
He's going to have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah, and we know he loves hard work.
Yeah, he does. He does love hard work.
Toff Watch, we are very comfortable. Very comfortable.
Okay, good. And
All
now
right.
for the FPGs, the Friends of the Pod goals. This week, we got a goal from Dutchy, who's actually hurt now too, so get well soon, Dutchy.
Yep.
We got a goal from Dante Fabro, let's fucking go. We got 2 from Tage, 2 from Tuck, and another one from a member of the Kings who literally could not be hotter.
He can't stop, dude.
He cannot stop.
He cannot stop. Trevor Moore has 11 points. He is 3rd, tied for 2nd, really, in points on the Kings, having a scorching hot start to his career. He's all over the ice, and like we talked about, he's that type of player. He can play all over the lineup. He has been. He is such a killer for this Kings team. He is as hot as he's ever been, and we could not be happy.
And dude, he's starting to feel it too,
I
by the
text
way.
him every day.
Yeah, because
stay fucking hot, dude.
dude-
He's like this. I can't cool down if I wanted to.
well, that's the funny part, because at the beginning, you're like this. We're like, hey, Morsey, stay hot, buddy. Good game. And he goes like this. Yeah, I'll try, guys. Thanks, man. I'll try. And then by now, we're like this. Hey, Morsey, stay fucking hot, buddy. And he's like, the boys are fucking buzzing. Let's go. Like now he knows. Now he knows he's rocking it.
But the Kings are unbelievable. I do just want to say a little shout out to Jordan Spence.
Yeah.
Found himself in this lineup. That was a big element of the Jersey trade. When Jersey moved, LA knew they were deep at D, and Spenny has jumped into this lineup. He's got 3 points already on the season. He looks really, really solid back there and pumps me up to see.
Same.
So just a huge shout out to Spenny. Unbelievable dude, and I think we're seeing the early stages of a breakout season for the kid.
Love that.
Amazing.
That brings our total of FPGs to 32 goals on the year. 225 is the target. Don't forget it.
225 is the target. Okay, let's get into some games to watch. I think we've got the same first one.
Wednesday night when this comes out.
Yep. Wednesday night, first game of the week that we got to keep our eyes peeled for is the team we were just talking about, Kings versus the Vegas Golden Knights, two of the hottest teams in the league. It's going to be their game on TNT, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So you East Coasters, you got to stay up a little bit late, but that is going to be one that you cannot miss.
Considering the Oilers suck, this is the Pacific, the Titans of the Pacific going head to head.
So Kings at Knights, it's going to be a good one.
Saturday, I got Hurricanes at Tampa. Really love both those teams. Think they're both going to be in it at the end of the year. Middling starts, good starts for both. So pumped to see that one shake out.
Okay, my last one is Thursday, Habs at Wings. I just think these are two teams that have been way better than we thought. I actually tweeted the other night, I said a game that you might not have had circled on your list of games to watch was going to be this Yotes-Ducks game.
Yeah.
But they're two of the most exciting teams going. It's going to be a fucking blast, and it was. Unbelievable overtime winner. So I'm saying this game right here is going to be a lot of young studs on the ice, fast pace, in a great barn, original six matchup. Habs at Red Wings. Great tilt. Thursday night, that one is going to be 4 p.m. Pacific time, so 7 p.m. normal start for you East Coasters. Beautiful stuff.
Beautiful stuff.
All right. That's it for us this week at the Empty Nerds Podcast. Like we said, we've got some fun guests coming for you soon. We got a little bit of travel, going to do some fun stuff. Hockey season is brewing. We couldn't be happier. So, as we always say,
fucking skate hard.